Hello everybody, welcome to our color along part 5. Today we will be adding some pencils to do the tree and all the snow, and we will be using Scotch tape and clear nail polish. You're probably wondering why. Well, let me tell you. What happens in the long run as we're coloring, the numbers and the color name start erasing. They scrape off and eventually we can't even see them. So what I do to protect that for the long run is a little piece of Scotch tape. Will I get it on? There we go. Okay. Or the other way is to use clear nail polish on the name. As the pencil gets smaller, you're not going to be seeing the name anymore because you're going to be like down to here and you'll be wondering, what's that in French? What's that name? And then you're going to get down to right here, the numbers. So you want to save the number, so at least the number. And if you note all your colors that you're using, you'll be able to just see the number and you'll know which color you used. So that's quite handy to be able to use the numbers. So what I wanted to show you also is blending. So here you'll notice it's dark, and then whoop, I went light, 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 light. I finish always with just one coat very lightly so that I can transition nicely into my next color. So let's do that together. I'm going to start with black 935. So black. So one coat, half of it right here at the beginning, I'll put a second coat. And I'll keep the second half to transition. So one of the new colors we'll be using today is Blue Violet 933. So Blue Violet will go on this half of the black. And I'll add a transition area for Blue Violet. If I want, I can just go ahead and blend all of it. Get rid of a bit of tooth because we can see the little white tooth there. Now I'm going to take my violet 932 and go over this area. So here we go. I'm going to do one coat like this so I can transition into my next color. If I want, I still have areas that I can put in some violet. So it just harmonizes my gradient. Now, Parma Violet 1008. So I'm going to add it to this transition area. And I can do the whole thing if I want. Get some of that Parma Violet in there. Look how pretty that is. Okay. And the transition area is one coat. Okay. And then I'm going to use the Grey Lavender with another transition. I can just go ahead and blend. This does exactly the same thing as a blender. When you're going over it with a lighter color, it really helps to get that tooth out. Bye-bye tooth. Okay, now we're going to use the white in this transition area. And we're going to go ahead and finish the blending here. There's always a little bit of tooth there, so. That's how we blend colors together to get them to flow one into the other without having a harsh line. That's the trick of the day that all colorists know and use and teach. So let's look at the new colors that I'm bringing in. So we have this blue violet here, blue violet, and then Copenhagen 906, Copenhagen 906, violet blue or blue violet. It's hard to know which one is English or which one is French. Peacock blue 1027. This beautiful color, light aqua 992. Blue slate 1024. And powder blue 1087. So these colors are what we're going to be using for the trees and the snow. So if you know that you do like these colors, you've done this here. If you don't have this book, you're going to try it out in another book. But not all books are equal. Maria Trolle has good paper, so your chances of succeeding are that much better. If you're not using Prismacolor, depending on the pencil that you're using, this might not be easy to do. Prismacolor is like it's soft like butter. So they blend one into the other much easier than many other pencils. Other pencils, let's say like polychromo, I'll be doing as well later on. Just a different technique, that's all. But to start, Prismacolor is a little less expensive for me here in Quebec. But I do have my polychromos and I love them. And I love my Prismacolors. So if you don't like them, well, choose other pencils to continue a page and forget about Prismacolors. But sometimes it just takes practice. Try it on a smaller area on another page or in another book. Test them out. You know, if you have these, just test them out. Keep trying to do a gradient. And once you've mastered the background like this, you're really good to go for a beginner. All right, so let's take out the blue violet. Blue violet. And let's continue this. So what you can see here, I need my paper to lean on, right? For the oils. And what I usually try to do when I think of it, I have my paper behind the sheet to protect, is have a sheet to lean my hand on. So, we don't need this, right? So what you see here is, okay, I started with Grey Lavender, then Parma Violet, and then Violet. So, after Violet, I want to go in with blue violet. Always a circular motion. You see that one layer? They're pretty much equal, so we'll be able to get that transition going. I'm going to do that for all the rest. After that, we'll be using our black, but only at the end, because black sometimes looks better if you don't touch it after you use it. So I like to use that pencil last so that I know I'm not blending black where I should not be, because then sometimes the colors are not so pretty if the black's not supposed to be there. So this is nice and gentle, nice and soft. I'm doing well because it's almost all even. And when it's nice and light like this, it's easy to blend afterwards. And if you want to erase, it's easier to erase as well. All right. So I'm going to go back with my violet and just blend one more. Into the area that I left with just one little area where I can blend easily. Don't go too fast because it's a lot easier if you take your time. You go very lightly in a circular motion. It's starting to look pretty good. So how many layers have I done? I think I'm probably about 3 so far. Here it's the second layer. So I'm going to go back with the violet again. I'm going to zoom in and I'll zoom out afterwards. So just let's try that and see what happens. All right, so it's the violet. That's looking pretty good. So I'm going to try to take a lighter color, like maybe the white, and see if that blending is going to look good. This is where I started blending the violet into the blue violet. I'm going lightly again, just making sure that my transition is going to be okay. It's looking quite good. This transition area is looking quite good, actually. Okay, good. So we'll be doing this everywhere. Okay, now I'm gonna have to continue adding other layers of color. So I'm going to go with my blue violet, 933. Just one little coat over here. So practice until you're satisfied with how it's looking. Start a new page if you're not satisfied until you like what you see. There. You don't have to have a large area like that. You can start off just like this to practice your blending. Let me see how this is looking here, this little transition here. With the white, it's a magical pencil. When you go pick up some white Prismacolor at the local store, the staff knows. Oh yeah, lots of colorists come in and take several whites. They go fast. Once I did order white from Amazon in a package of 12. So that was nice. Now I have quite a few whites just waiting for me to use them, which I am, which I appreciate having. You never want to run out of white. Come on. It's a main staple. There we go. One little coat. I'm going to stop a little bit before so that there's another little gradient there. Okay, I'm going to use the white. There we go. So we did very light coats, right? Layers. So that we can keep adding as we go. You know, what we like, what we don't like, we can easily fix. So let's go back in with black. So the black is going to be up here. So I'm going to go in like this. I just have to decide up to where I want to go. I think that'll be good. And I'm going to use the blender because I don't want that to be lightened. There we go. Love it. Now I'm thinking that this violet is a little bit too light for this blue. So I'm going to try and fix that. I'm going to take out violet, and then there was Parma Violet. So let's see what we can do with that. So this is blue violet, and this one is violet 932, and Parma Violet 1008. So let's see if we go in just a little bit this way. There we go. This is looking better already. Good. Yeah. Yeah, I like this better. All right. That's a much better transition. So this background is a nice way to do a background inexpensively. I mean, all you've needed is 5 pencils, which you can use indefinitely. I mean, they last quite long. And a lot of people don't do backgrounds, and that's okay. They'll just color the elements and they'll leave the background. And that's okay. A lot of beautiful pages don't have a background. But if you want to be able to add a background, well, now you know how. You don't need a whole bunch of stuff. Although I will eventually show you different material. I'm starting to get used to Inktense, which is very pretty. I have some distress inks, some watercolor pencils. So slowly, but at first, there's no need to overwhelm ourselves, right? You can start out simple. There we go. And add a little bit more blue there, violet blue. Get that a little bit darker. Till I'm satisfied with the gradient. And now I'm going to rely on this to continue here to do the rest of the sky. Let's try a little section of trunk of tree. Let me zoom you out. So our new colors, this beautiful aqua, light aqua, 992, is going to be on this side of the tree because my light source is this beautiful shooting star. So make a wish. I know what my wish is, right? This is a brand new channel. So if you can, press the thumbs up. You can leave a comment as well. I'll answer your comment. It'll make me happy. And subscribe. You can subscribe. So here we go. So my lighter color, which is this one here, Light Aqua 992, will go on this side here. And then the black will go on this side, but I'm going to put it at the end. I'm just showing you now, but I'm going to wait till the end to add that black. So this one is the violet blue, 933. We're going to put it very lightly. Like this, very, very lightly. And then the Copenhagen blue, 906, right here, 906, Copenhagen blue. So we'll continue with this blue. We'll do a little coat layer all over it. And then we'll get out the Peacock blue, right? 1027, right here, 1027 Peacock blue. So that's going to be over here like this. Yeah, try to go in circular motions. When I start getting tired or impatient, I can see that I stop doing the circular motion and I kind of go like this, which is not good. I should just stop coloring, go rest, and continue afterwards. Okay, so let's do a little layer of the Copenhagen blue, 906. I'm going to layer to get this darker, and over my Peacock blue as well. I was going up and down again. Okay. So this Aqua is just one of my favorite pencils. I just love this color. And it goes so beautifully, the violet purple with the Aqua. It's just gorgeous. Blue and violet is gorgeous. So I'm gonna go in just a bit over here like that. And then the transition color, which is Peacock blue. I can go right up to the end to get some of that beautiful color everywhere. It's starting to look good. Okay, so let's go back with Copenhagen blue, 906. Another layer, it's taking shape. So I'm going really light layers all the time. That way I'm getting more of the color that I want. Like that. Let's blend it now. I'm going to blend this in circular motions. I'm using the Caran d'Ache blender, which I love. It's good to hold it close like this, because if you hold it like this, often you break your blender. So you get you get to work with two halves. So, but it's kind of nice to keep it this way here. So I'm pressing a little harder because I think I'm finished. I have the colors that I want. And now, because I'm finished this here, I'm not going to be adding much, well, I don't think I will be. I'll add the black and taper off with a light layer and continue with the Copenhagen to get this to blend in. I like doing blue trees at night. This is a night scene, and it also goes very well with the violets, so there we go. And then the other new colors we'll be able to use for the snow. So, and then all we'll have to do is the unicorn, the snow and the unicorn in the next part. So let's work a bit more on the sky. So for the sky, I used violet blue. In the end, I use a bit of black. And I'm going to take out the Parma Violet and the violet, just so I can touch up where I need to. So the Caran d'Ache blender is my favorite. I pick it up at a local store. They have it on Amazon, most likely, so you can have a look there. So here, violet, where are you? So I'm gonna add a bit of violet over here. A little bit darker here. Yeah, I want to at least match this side here. All right, so I'll be able to start the blue, the violet blue, 933. So I'm in the transition area, so I'm going to keep it light, very light. I'm going to go back in with some violet. Working on a transition, so I have a layer of violet, a layer of blue violet, and now another layer of violet. And let's work on the rest with the violet blue, blue violet. Bleu violet is in French, so blue violet is in French, in that order. In English, the order changes. So I kind of go back and forth trying each, just out of habit, like not thinking about it, you know, just saying it. but I think now you understand both ways of saying it, English and French. There we go, some more blue violet. I'm going to blend that before I get to the black. So I think I blended it with some white just before on this side here. So I'm going to do that here. I'm going to use some white to blend at least half of it. And then I'm going to use Caran d'Ache blender like this. All right, now I'll finish off with some black. You don't want to get the black out. You want it to finish slightly with the violet blue. I'm going to blend that out a little bit here. Oh, I think I pressed very hard there. Okay. Violet blue and black is very pretty together. So this is violet blue, like just a little extended past the black. I like it that way. So let's try blending it. What's nice with the blender, you're not lightening the color like you do when you're using the white. But the white is very beautiful when you do want a bit of lightness, when you don't mind. There we go. That's decent. Alrighty. By the way, last night I was looking on the internet and I noticed that at Michael's you can get the 150 set of Prismacolor for 128. That's pretty decent. So all you have to do is put in the code for the 40% coupon and it calculates the discount and it delivers for free. So this is in Canada. I think there's a Michael's in the States. But I'm in Canada, so I checked out that one. And then, you know, it's an $86 minimum savings, you know? So it's so worth it. Definitely worth it. Otherwise, for Amazon, I did see them on sale at $105 not so long ago. $105 is like, you'll never see under that, I don't think. I would be shocked. 150 pencils. That comes out to less than $1 the pencil. So these are good prices. What's fun with Michael's is that I know that they have a warehouse for artist grade pencils, and they buy their pencils directly from the Prismacolor seller. As for Amazon, you don't really know what kind of situation the pencils are being put through. But I mean, it says selling by Amazon and delivering by Amazon. So they must have some of these in their warehouses already. But from where do they come? I'm not sure. I don't know. Are they buying from the same seller as the stores? So. And then what I really like also is that Michaels is employing people to run their stores here. And there are quite a few Michaels in Quebec. So that's really good. Let me know how you like this series, this project, by leaving me a comment. I'm curious, did you buy the first 5 pencils to start this background? Are they brand new to you? You've never used Prismas, and how are you liking them now? Or you've been using Prismas, you already had some. I'm curious. I would love to know. I know that my first subscriber is my mom, my super mom, and she loves the Prismas. I've given her a few, and she loves them, absolutely loves them. And she bought herself the same sharpener as me. So she has no problems using it. Even if she's had arthritis in her hands before, she still enjoys it. She has no problems. My mom and I have been, I should always have it. This is how I'm used to doing it. Okay. And what we often did, my mom and I, is pack up our pencil case. I'll show you that in another part. And pack up our book, our brush, and the eraser. We don't take this one just because we want to keep it nice and safe. So we use a little handheld for when we go on a date. So I have this one here, which works very well. It's a Staedtler Mars. And I better take the dust off it. So I use this when I go out, when I bring my pencils and crayons, and make a date with my mom to go to the bakery or the little cafe, and we sit there and color. And we've had people come and ask us, "Oh, you're coloring in your coloring books. Wow, can I see?" So, you know, some nice little interactions there. So I'm going to leave you with this here, your homework. So you can replay this video to do this everywhere here. And I might do one tree and then do the next tree with you in my next part. And then we'll do the snow, and then we'll do the unicorn. And last but not least, our shooting star. Have you made a wish? All right. Have a good rest of the day, and I'll see you soon.